What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map. And our Chinatown adventure continues today. I'm back in the Chinatown. Hope you guys enjoyed that city pack tour. I kind of liked it. It was fun. It was eye-opening, okay? But that's not what we're going to focus on today. Today the focus is on Chinatown. I've got this building going up, and I still have a little bit of work to do on this building. That's what I'm going to do for you guys today. First thing I want to show you, did you notice this? Look at this. Okay, look at all the high-res blocks, right? High-res blocks. Oh, what? Since the last update, anything that's not a block is now low-res. It's like 8-bit. When it was high res, especially in the natural texture pack. And I had some, Dan Lag said that he had the same problem in the city texture pack. 4J Steve said they're looking into it. This is all through Twitter, you know. Guys, if you're not on Twitter, you got to get on Twitter. You got to follow me, and you're going to learn all sorts of things you didn't know. Okay, but yeah, that's since the last bug. What kind of bug is that? I don't really know. Wow. Anyway, I want to work on this building today. Let me show you what I got done so far. I put some stands out there. Let me get on the juice. It looks all pixelated. So I put some stands outside because they're selling stuff. I'm not going to apocalypsize this. I'm going to save that for later because I want to make everything nice and neat and then apocalypsize all at once. I think that's going to be my plan for Chinatown. But of course, we got a very busy looking store in here. There's still all sorts of trinkets. Remember from Wednesday's episode? Lots of trinkets. And I worked a little bit upstairs. Remember there's 2 living spaces upstairs, and we're going to go check out one of them right now. And I finished this all up. And this is a Chinese family's home, I guess. Got a bedroom there. Let me do some walking. This is the kitchen. It's all very cramped, all very minimalistic. This is the TV room, right? There's not much space up in here. And I don't know how many people are living up in here. I assume they're immigrants. Look at this bathroom. This is like the smallest bathroom you've ever seen. Right? You're like squished in here. This reminds me of some bathrooms in in the city. If you ever go to New York or San Francisco or London, any major city, right? The bathrooms are small. This is another bedroom, probably the master bedroom. I put some clothes out. I'm probably gonna go through and apocalypsize this room just like I apocalypsized everything else. But like I said, I'm gonna do that at the end. What I want to work on today is I want to get started on the upstairs, okay? I already sort of got started. I laid out the floor plan. This is a great technique that I like to employ because for some reason it helps me visualize what's going where. So that's going to be the kitchen. There's going to be the living area, bedroom, bathroom. And just doing the floor like that really just, it tells you. It's like, Bean, this is where you're building, okay? So get to it. It's a great thing to have a plan, guys. A plan is a beautiful thing. And I encourage everyone, if you don't have a plan, get yourself a plan, okay? So first we'll do the kitchen, and then we'll do the roof on this thing. I don't know how much we're going to get done today in a 15-minute episode. I'm going to get as much done as I possibly can. Probably won't do too many more than a few rooms. I think the downstairs area took me about an hour, okay? It doesn't seem like much, but it took me an hour, and that's nonstop working just because it's interiors, and you always get in the inventory, and you're always clearing out blocks and selecting new blocks. It's not like exterior building where you can zone out and just lay tile, you know what I mean? And it's not like that. So interior just takes a lot more time and effort, so that's why it took an hour. So I guess if the downstairs area took an hour, the upstairs area is going to take me about an hour as well. So don't expect this to be finished today. But while we work, we're not just going to work away and not talk about things. While we work, we have hold on, let me figure out what okay, we have a tradition here on the Desolation series where I go through the previous week and pick out a comment. So let's do that now and talk about today's comment of the week. Alright, today's comment of the week comes from Eve Clark, and Eve says, I totally agree with you on the whole NASA saying that life could exist because there are planets like ours. I think that life forms are all different, and it's very egotistical to think that a planet has to be like ours for life to exist. I think there could be life very similar to ours out there, and I think that's what excites people about these planets that are similar. Do you think that there are physical life forms in our solar system? Oh, good question, Eve Clark. Very good question. Yes, of course, it's very egotistical and very myopic to think that, whatever life supports humans is the only kind of life on this planet, on this solar system, or this galaxy. It's so silly. It's silly, but and that's why it's deception. Of course, scientists don't actually think that, but they want us to think that, right? So Eve Clark wants to know if I think there are other life forms in this solar system. I don't think there are. I know there are, and it's not something that a lot of people talk about because it's a very sensitive subject. It's delving into realms that you've been programmed not to go into. You've been programmed not to go into these realms because it doesn't help anyone. Okay, well, no, it helps you become better. But okay, so anyway, yes, there are life forms in this solar system, and if you want to investigate, this is just for those of you who want to learn more and want to know everything. The place to start is gray aliens, the grays as they're called. And in order for you to find out new information, you have to be asking the questions. You have to ask the question in order to get an answer. The answers aren't just going to pop up for you, okay? So if you want to ask the questions, ask about the grays. And the thing about the grays is that there are tens of thousands of people who all report interaction with the grays. Look it up on Google, okay? And there's so many people, and this is goes along with the abduction sort of thing, and it's hard to talk about. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to, implant ideas into your head. I want you to investigate yourself. So if you want to investigate, start with the grays. Start looking into the abduction phenomena, and what you will soon find is that almost all these people, tens of thousands of people, pretty much report the same exact thing. Okay, if you type in gray alien on Google, you'll get thousands of the exact same image. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think that there's a record that everyone agrees about of what gray aliens look like? Think about that for just 1 second, okay? Think about that. It's undeniable. Unless you think hundreds of, or how many people, I don't know how many people claim to have been abducted, but it's at least in the tens of thousands just in this country. So if you think about it, do you think all of those people are all telling the same story? Like they're like they got together, like, okay, all right, tens to hundreds of thousands of people, we're all gonna tell the same lie, right? The people who discount abduction stories are the people who don't want to know the truth. That's all it is. It's people who don't want to know the truth, or people who are covering up the truth. There's only two types of people who would discount that many similar stories, right? So you got to think about this. If someone's like gonna instantly not hear someone's story, you know that they're fearful of something, right? They don't want to hear the truth. So a lot of people will just shoot down immediately. Oh, you saw an alien, huh? And that's the whole idea. That's the programming, is to discount these people as crazy because people just don't want to face the truth. Is all it is. They don't want to face the fact that there are other life forms here, and we don't exactly know how to process that kind of information. Is all it is. And so the tendency is to, I'd rather just la la la, put fingers in your ears, la 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 la, this is not happening, all these people are crazy, and I'm the sane one because I'm going to ignore thousands of people. I'm the sane one, right? So that's just the mentality of skeptics, and I encourage you to not fall into that trap. And if you are feeling like, oh, this, anyone who talks about aliens is crazy, why don't you want to know the truth? Ask yourself that. Why are you intentionally not seeking out the truth? Ask yourself that. Why are you trying to hide from what's going on? What is that? What is so scary about the truth that you refuse to even acknowledge the possibility of it? You refuse to even listen to people and their stories about it. Like, why are you so afraid? Ask yourself, really. And let me know what what you come up with and why. I'm curious why someone would, just not want to know. I'm the type of person who wants to know everything. I want to know everything there is to know. I don't care how dark or negative people perceive it to be. I want to know everything, and that's partly why I know these things, because I've quested for the truth. I've intentionally asked as many questions as I possibly can about everything I possibly could, and that's the only way you're going to get to these truths, is to ask these questions. So I encourage you guys to ask questions as well. Ask about the grays. If you want to start somewhere, ask about the grays. Ask yourself about the grays, and ask Google about the grays, and see what Google tells you. See what just do some research. Read some books. There's so many accounts of gray aliens, and that is the tip of the iceberg. That is the absolute tip of. That's just where to start. All right. So once you find that out, and that's why people don't even want to acknowledge grays. It's like they know that subconsciously they know that that's a rabbit hole that they're going to have to go down, and they don't necessarily want to go down it because they're comfortable with their lives. This whole saying of ignorance is bliss. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel like ignorance is bliss. So if you want to be one of those people, that's fine. I just ask you not to chastise people who don't want to be ignorant. All right, that's all I ask of you. If you don't want to know the truth, right, then just let the people who want to know the truth be. Why does it make you feel better to put down people who quest for the truth, right? And that's a real question. That's a lot of people need to ask themselves. It's like, why am I so concerned with what other people are trying to know, right? As you can tell, there's a lot of skeptics out there, a lot. And the whole word skeptic, in my opinion, all that means is someone who is putting their fingers in their ears and is going la 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 la. That's what a skeptic is, in my opinion. There's nothing good that can come of shutting yourself off to information, right? If you're not even going to listen to information, like, what are you doing? Oopsies. Oh. So yes, thank you, Eve Clark, for that question, or comment, I should say. It was both, and I appreciate it. And I hope that answers your question in some way. Like I said, that it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much going on that we're not taught, we're not told, because it's not in the leadership's best interest for people to know too much. It's just not. The rabbit hole goes deeper than you could ever imagine, and it's not in the government's best interest to have people go down that rabbit hole, because they're going to come up with some things that doesn't make the government look too good, basically. So that's why it's kind of, this information is subverted. It's not told to you. And that's why I'm here telling you, because you have a right to know if you want to know. If you don't want to know, then you don't need to know. It's that simple. If this doesn't excite you, if this doesn't interest you, then that's fine. But again, don't make fun of other people for wanting to know more about the world they live in, okay? I highly, highly encourage you to do that. If you're going to be a skeptic, then allow people to go on their own journey, and don't try to get in their way, because you're only hurting yourself, really. You're just showing how closed-minded you are. And no one wants to be labeled closed-minded. Come on now. Don't be a closed-minded person, because it's not going to get you very far in life to be closed-minded. You're never going to learn anything new, basically. It's basically what it is. You never learn anything new if you're closed-minded. So don't be like that. Don't be like that. It's no good. It's no good. Alright, so this interior is going faster than I anticipated. This is just the first wave of detail. I'm going to come in, as I always do, I do things in waves. I do a wave here, a wave there, everywhere a wave, and then I come back and come back and come back. So let me check how much time we got here on this episode. How much time remaining? Okay, that's about 15 minutes. Now I got a lot more to do in here. I got to put the roofs on. I got to put more details. But I did my best, guys. You can't fault me for that. We talked about some cool stuff. Didn't we? I thought we did. So I'm going to work on this off camera, and I'll definitely finish this, and I'll finish the roof, and then this building will be done. This building will be done. We'll be on to the next one. We're going to bang these buildings out. Some are going to be more Asian-y than others. This one is just starting off is not too Asian-y, but the next one will be Asian-y. Is that a word? Is that a word? Asian-y? There'll be more and more Asian-ys, and there's some less Asian-ys. Don't worry. You will get the sense that it's Chinatown. But the first one I want to start off with simple. You know, it's at the edge of Chinatown, so it's a pretty standard building. And there's going to be a lot more like it. And we're going to bang these out left and right, left and right, left and right. So I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. You guys are awesome. It's been another great week of Desolation videos. And I thank you all for your interaction and your input on things. I really do appreciate it, and I just want to thank you. You guys are awesome. You make this all worth doing. So thank you once again. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.